guys, Michael from Stinger Australia, and today, well, as you can see, we're not at Stinger HQ. So we're actually in my own house, my own garage, working on my own car. Now, I was about to do some more sand deadening on this vehicle and thought, hey, what a great way to show you guys how easy it is to install Roadkill. Now, this is being recorded in my garage at home. Please do ignore the background noise. We do have some rather noisy birds here today.
So the car in question is a 2001 Lexus LS430 that I previously sound deadened as part of my previous audio install. And as you can see, I haven't had this out in a few years and it's pretty grotty underneath. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself wax and grease or methylated spirits, a good cleaning rag. You're also going to need a measuring tape, potentially, a roller, and a good cutting knife that's nice and extra sharp. So the first thing we're going to do is vacuum out all the dirt and dust that has been under this boot install for years. Now you're going to do the same thing if you were sound deadening your doors or any boot trim panels or basically anywhere that potentially could house dust or dirt. It's always a good exercise just to give it a quick vacuum to make sure that the surface is clear of debris before we go and clean it down. So now that we've got our rag and our wax and grease or our methylated spirits, we want to give this a really good wipe down since we've just vacuumed it. We want to get as much dust and dirt off as possible so the surface is nice and clean and prepped for the Roadkill to stick down firmly. It's amazing actually how much dirt and dust you'll actually find on trim panels. Now this was underneath a piece of carpet, however the inside of your doors or the inside of trim panels where you potentially may also sound deaden can even be worse. So always make sure to wipe it down, give it about 10 minutes after you've wiped it down to make sure that it's clean and dry before applying the Roadkill product. Now, as it's a nice warm day, we're going to grab our Roadkill sheets out of the box, lay them out flat, flatten them out a little bit as we're going through. These sheets are very malleable straight out of the box, however if you do heat them up it can make it a little bit easier to install in some occurrences. However myself, I don't actually have an issue with fitting them straight out of the box. Now it's always a good idea to get an idea of where you're going to place the sheet before you take the backing off. Now we have a rough idea of where the sheet's going to go. We will measure potentially where it's going to be, how much we might need to cut off the sheet, and how much extra we're going to actually need to complete the job. This is always a good idea before starting to make sure you have enough material. Now we'll go back to our other sheets. Simply grab our piece of wood or ruler to use as a guide with our sharp knife or pair of scissors to cut off the section of what isn't required for the install. Now the great thing with this is that you can use these small bits later on to touch up any areas that you might break through in the sound deadening or need for small areas. So it's always a good idea to hang on to these. So now we'll go back to the vehicle, simply peel the backing off the sheet in a clean downward motion, similar to if you're pulling vinyl away from a backing sheet. Once we've peeled that back off, then we're going to find our initial position where we want to start tacking the sheet down. Once we've tacked the top of the sheet down, then we simply follow through. Now until the sound deadening material is pressed hard and firmly rolled onto the panel, you can actually lift it up and move it if need be. Keeping in mind though that Roadkill is an extremely sticky product and will stick to everything underneath. So now that we've got our sheet mounted down at the top, we want to use our Roadkill roller, using the handle as well as the roller itself, to press the material down as firm as possible to the surface. Now you don't need to press ridiculously hard down when using the roller with the surface of the material. The aim here is to get a nice decent contact working into all the nooks and crannies where possible with the sheet. Now, as I said, the sheet is still liftable and movable if you need to reposition it, however it is very sticky. So be cautious when reapplying the sheet to the position that you want. Then we simply grab our additional sheets and continue the process the same we did with our initial sheet, continuing along to fill out the sound dampened area. In this case, I'm doing the rest of the boot floor to house the multiple subwoofer boxes. So Roadkill is not only a fantastic sound dampening product to stop road noise and improving your car audio system, Roadkill is also designed to stop heat and cooling from transferring through, say, firewalls and floors and roof linings of vehicles. This means your air conditioning and heating doesn't have to work nearly as hard. Not only are you reducing road noise, but also improving any of your, say, speakers in your doors at the same time. This is a great all-in-one product, not requiring additional products for thermal as well as sound dampening.
Now, I thought I'd cut the video here because I have plenty more to do around, but I thought I'd show you the difference between the original metal beforehand and after it's been sound dampened to show you the difference in what the product actually does. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more on projects on this car, make sure to let us know down below in the comments section, as well as letting us know if this is something that interests you. There are plenty of projects to come for this vehicle.